Alright, we're going to face it a different direction this time. Alright, so this will be a precursor to a lot of the other content coming up, but I want to rehash something I did a while back about words, actions, and results. So this is important because it ties into so many things that we do in our life, but you know, I know you've heard words and actions probably for your whole life, right? So, so let's look at words, right? You got shit talkers, you got people who talk a good game, you got people who talk big game, you know, you have people who say nothing, right? And that all leads into then what are their actions? What is it that they can back up? And your actions can go either one or two directions, right? Either you back up the things you say, or you don't, right? And then that's where the train stops. But one of the things that you got to add on to this is the results piece. And again, going into, you can talk all the good game in the world, have all the actions to support that talk, but if it doesn't yield the results that it needs to yield, none of it matters. Okay? Let that sink in. Like, none of it matters. By the way, I just passed some continental divide at 8,500 feet. And here's a spoiler alert. I'm in the mountains now. How could I be in North Texas, Dallas, at 6 this morning, and now I'm already in the mountains? Riddle that. But anyway, but what it all comes down to, though, is those results, right? And so, big words, you have the actions, right? The work that you're attempting to use to back up those words. But if the results aren't there, it's like you never did it. So remember that going forward with some of the conversations that we're going to have coming up, because this ties into like who you really are, what your character really is. Whether or not some of your behaviors are hypocritical, which, hey, we all slip and fall on all these, but I think it's really important to always think about, hey, what are my words? What actions am I taking to back those up? But then, are those actions actually yielding the results that back those words up? Peace.